Hey historians. Today we're going to be answering the question, what are primary and secondary sources? First of all, you should know that historians have to use sources in order to try and figure out what happened in the past. We don't really know what happened in the past because we weren't there. But what we can do is try and study all sorts of different types of sources to try and explain the story of what happened. So the first type of source that we will be looking at today are primary sources. Primary sources are information from something or someone who was really there to experience a time, place, or event. Go ahead and pause the video and write down this definition. Here are some examples of primary sources: letters, speeches, photographs, journals or diaries, interviews, autobiographies, artifacts, which are objects from the past. Go ahead and write down these examples now. The thing that all of those primary sources had in common was that they were created at the time of the event being studied. Secondary sources, on the other hand, are information from someone who was not there to experience a time or event, but they researched it later and made a new source called a secondary source. Go ahead and pause the video to write down the definition for secondary sources. Here are some examples of secondary sources: textbooks, websites, encyclopedias, newspaper and magazine articles, documentaries. Go ahead and take a second to write down these examples. Now, when it comes down to what type of source is the most reliable, it's always primary sources. The reason for this is because those sources were created at the time of the event, and so they're the most accurate thing we have to study about the past. Please answer this question on your page, and great job today.